How can you tell if someone is sincerely trying to help others? Narcissists can be so generous. They can even be active in volunteer work and charitable causes. They may devote their entire lives to a cause. It can be incredibly difficult to see when a person is narcissistic if they use their time and money to help people, animals, and the environment. In this video, I'll discuss why some narcissists choose this path. Then I'll give you some tips on how to recognize whether a person is genuinely concerned with helping others without ulterior motives or not. Usually we think about narcissists as only thinking about themselves and their own needs. So why would a narcissist want to get involved with any kind of charitable cause? In most cases, they're not getting paid. They have to do work, and they may have to do things and interact with people that involve dirt, heat, poor conditions, and the like. How does this apparent contradiction happen? They do it for the same reason any other narcissist does what they do. Supply. A philanthropic, sometimes known as a communal, social, or do-gooder narcissist, wants people to admire them, encourage them, marvel over their sacrifices. Many people feel that those who have dedicated their lives to charitable causes are amazing and good people. They are admired and can receive special treatment. Some narcissists know that. They have noticed the admiration and attention that people get when they give of themselves to a cause. They may feel that is exactly what they want. They may feel that other methods of getting attention, like succeeding in business or talent, are either beyond their ability or too much effort. Or they might have money or power and may feel that getting involved with a charity is just what they need to make their image appear more trustworthy or respectable. Some narcissists may have already gone through the group of people they know and are looking for a new group to use to their advantage. And others were raised around a certain group and they just got involved with whatever cause their family is affiliated with. It is worth mentioning that in most cases, it is easier to get involved with any unpaid group because it isn't as if only one person will get the job, because a volunteer organization is willing to accept help from almost everyone. That means it's easier to get in with the group and possibly rise to a position or get control of something faster than in a paid career. Some narcissistic people have figured this out. It's also worth noting that in some unpaid volunteer positions, the organizations might be so desperate for help that they don't want to turn anyone away, even if a person is causing problems. Someone could be fired from a job for their behavior, but it can be next to impossible to get rid of someone that volunteers at a location where all members of the public are welcome. A narcissist may be intent on infiltrating even something as common as a neighborhood watch, parent-teachers association, or homeowners association. They don't mind how big or small the group or organization is, as long as they can find a way to get the supply they need. So how can you tell if someone is helping a cause purely for selfish reasons? The first clue could be they talk constantly about what they personally have done. They may often bring up all the people they've helped, how much money they've raised, or how many people think they're amazing for what they do. They use the word I frequently. This is a little bit of a contradiction because if they're part of a group, they are not doing all the work alone. In that case, wouldn't the most common way to express the efforts of the cause be we? Maybe even they or it, or the name of the organization, but usually not I. it can be noticeable that a person with narcissistic traits will talk a lot more about the work they are doing as an individual as opposed to a team effort. And they might bring up the subject when it's not really what was being talked about or at the very beginning of meeting a new person. It can feel forced or out of place. It can also feel that the person is somewhat haughty or arrogant, and a genuine concern for the cause they are part of seems lacking. Most people that are part of an organization or cause they feel passionate about can't help but bring it up. But there is usually a difference. They will talk enthusiastically about how much good the cause is doing and won't shift all the focus on how good they are, but they talk about how good the effects are. A sincere person also won't act as if they are part of an exclusive group that other people can't join. In fact, they will usually encourage others to join, not only to help, but also to be part of the organization and get the benefits of feeling good about what they're doing. So yes, both sincere and insincere people will talk a lot about their causes, but usually toxic people bring it up much earlier and are on a quest to get admiration. Sincere people are so excited that they might talk a little too much, but it's not about what they do or who they are. It's about how much they believe in the cause and encouraging to anyone else who might be interested. The second clue could be they don't use their own money. So some people who are toxic have actually used their own money to support nonprofit groups, but many others do not. Some people who get involved with charities do it because they already have money from an inheritance or a spouse, and they don't need to work. So if they can't get their narcissistic supply at home, they feel the need to get it somewhere outside. It can be very easy to join up with an organization by writing a check. A narcissist who has a good supply of money that they didn't actually earn still believes that they're making a huge sacrifice and deserves appreciation. Still, others might be tireless about getting others to contribute to their cause, but don't give much or any of their own money, believing they've done enough. Additionally, there are some charities that allow some members to live in their special housing and even receive some financial support, provided they're spending most of their time on the organization's goals. Some narcissists are looking for a way to have their needs taken care of while simultaneously being seen as a wonderful and self-sacrificing person. In this case, if the toxic person is not independently wealthy, they can avoid work but still be seen as an industrious person and maybe better than the average person because they're willing to spend their time helping others. The third clue could be glaring contradictions. Sometimes you might notice that someone who encourages everyone to do something doesn't do that themselves, such as a person who encourages recycling but then throws a piece of trash out of their car window. When you see something that obvious, it might be an indicator that the person is doing something just for show. The fourth clue is they're extremely critical. Narcissistic people who are part of a cause feel superior to everyone else. Of course, this characteristic is common with narcissists, but a narcissist who is part of a charitable organization still feels superior to others in the same organization. This will cause them to criticize members of the group or even leadership. They will also be critical of any similar organizations they are not a part of. One of the saddest things I've seen is that a narcissistic person can be judgmental of people who can't give back to social or charitable causes like they do. They might say others should be doing more. They have little to no consideration for what people are actually able to do. One person I know has on more than one occasion wondered why a young mother with cancer doesn't do more to help a charitable group. The fifth clue is great expectations when doing work or lending money. So far, this list has applied to narcissists working with charitable organizations, but this last one could also apply on an individual level. Whenever a narcissist does something for you or gives you something, including money, they expect a huge return back. It doesn't even matter if you never asked for or needed what they gave you. They expect you to give back by paying them back in work or by spending money or time on them. If they have given to an organization, they expect lifelong admiration and perks. A person who sincerely wants to help usually never mentions what they did again. They feel happy that they were able to help someone in need, and that's what they got out of it. They don't need to be thanked again and again or be honored by some organization for what they've done. There's the difference. A person who is sincerely generous doesn't need anyone else to know. A narcissist rarely keeps a good deed to themselves. A sincerely generous person usually doesn't feel the need to receive a form of payback. A narcissist will count everything they do and add to its value, then expect more back. So just because someone has done one or more of the things on this list, it doesn't absolutely mean that they are doing something to help others for selfish reasons, but it might be worth noticing and watching. And I would like to add that there are going to be people that join any group for their own selfish reasons. That doesn't mean that the whole group is necessarily corrupt. It just means it's impossible to keep all the insincere people out. Hopefully this video was helpful. Generous and altruistic narcissists can be so hard to spot, and because of that, they can end up doing a lot of damage. I have passed on what I've learned about this particular type of narcissist because I was raised by one of these. I hope what I've learned can help you to break free too. Please feel free to check out my website in the video description below. There are so many more ways that can help you heal and move on from narcissistic abuse. Thanks for watching.